2024, you need to know the difference between these two things. If you're in a rut with motivation and dopamine levels, you gotta hear this out. Our world is so stuck in cheap dopamine instead of free dopamine that is naturally given to us.
So how do you know if you have low dopamine? If you're tired, if you're sad, if you're unmotivated. A lot of people go, oh, I'm depressed, I need serotonin. That's only true if you're worried, rigid, and flexible. If things don't go your way, you get upset. If you have brain fog and you're sad and you have low energy and you can't think, that could be a dopamine deficit.
Your cheap dopamine addiction is turning you into a bad student. You're like me, then you can sit in class just fine and pay attention and be productive for that period of time. But as soon as you get home and you have free time when you should be doing homework, things get rocky. It seems like such a daunting task to sit down and start your work when all you want to do is doom scroll or something else that's pleasing. If you're like me, you used to be able to sit down for hours with full attention on your work and get it done straight away, but now it's hard to maintain attention and focus for even an hour. The solution that I've personally found helpful is delaying gratification as much as possible, staying off my phone for as long as I can in the morning, only using low stimulation activities on your phone, and nothing that's going to ramp up those dopamine levels early in the morning. And number 2 is delaying gratification when you eat. Chewing and swallowing an entire bite before you take another one, or even being mindful of what you're eating and not having any other stimulation in the background like a YouTube video or something. Another thing I've done in the past is turn my phone from color to black and white. You'll find that you get a lot less pleasure from the visual stimuli of your phone this way.
Today's video is all about cheap dopamine and expensive dopamine. And cheap dopamine versus expensive dopamine. I have my notes on it. I've done extensive research on it. So we're going to break it down, okay? But before we do, first, hey friend, welcome to my channel, Creating Elude Mental Gems. This channel is dedicated to leveling up in all areas of your life. So let us learn together, read together, but most importantly, grow together. Now, without further ado, let's get into this video. So what is cheap dopamine? Let's tackle that, right? Cheap dopamine is a term for activities that provide a quick dopamine hit, but require little effort and leave you wanting more. These activities are often associated with poor habits or addictive behaviors. Some examples of cheap dopamine include TikTok, Netflix, for example, eating junk food and watching porn. You get all of this for free. You don't have to do anything, which is why so many men are weak these days. Everything that gives you pleasure quickly is cheap dopamine, right? Other examples like binge watching TV all night, mindless scrolling on social media, Instagram, etc. Eating junk food, of course. Anything food like crispy chicken or something, junk food snacks, all of that. Gambling, drinking alcohol or caffeine, smoking, and overeating, right? So those are all cheap dopamines, and everyone has their own vices. Like you might not drink, you might not be into junk food, but everyone has their vices. Everyone has their thing that they're into. While the initial dopamine hit feels good, the effects are short-lived. Over time, your brain may adapt to these activities and require you to engage in them more frequently or intensely to achieve the same level of satisfaction. This can lead to a cycle of chasing the dopamine high. To break the cycle, you can try taking a 30-day break from your sources of cheap dopamine. Your pleasure-pain balance will start to restore itself. You can then reintroduce these activities in moderation. So what I did for me, because I realized I did have a lot of cheap dopamine hits, that I did a 21-day Daniel fast, and in the fast, I kind of avoided social media, got on there sparingly. And of course, because I have a broadcast channel on Instagram, so when I post on Mental Gems, I'll go and alert them on the broadcast channel there. That would be it. But I avoided scrolling, looking at people's stories, liking, commenting, all of that good stuff. I'm like, I just need to stay off social media. Let me tell you, it was hard. It was hard. I had to remove Twitter from my phone. I removed Twitter, and I love TikTok. Don't get me wrong, because I use a lot of TikTok clips on here. So I do love TikTok, but there is a thing with scrolling, doom scrolling. Like, you have a lot to do and you find yourself endlessly scrolling and you feel good. You're giggling, you're laughing at other people's funny videos and stuff like that. But then you pause and you think about it and you're like, after you're done, you feel unproductive. You feel silly that you just spent all this time. Like, oh man, you know how much I could have got done, etc. It's just not worth it, right? In the 21 days, it really changes your habit. Because even when my fast was over, I wasn't really like, I'd go on social media, but it's so rare now. Like, it's not at the same frequency. It's just every now and then. I'm not really interested as much because I really see I got a lot more done, more productive within my health, within myself. Even though I didn't post as frequently during the fast or mental gens, y'all notice I haven't been posting that much. It, like, my mind was a little bit more relaxed. And I realized my nervous system was on 10 with all this dopamine hits. And I needed to relax. I needed to relax and just engage with the world. I made some new friends, tried some new experiences, gone some new places, and just have been enjoying life, enjoying little things in life, the people that make it worthwhile. And it's been really, really fulfilling versus, you know, with technology, I don't know how to explain it. Comment below if you've ever went on a technology, social media fast and let me know how I feel. My Daniel fast was also how I was eating. So it wasn't just the social media aspect. So that played a role in how great I felt too. But overall, guys, I really was not missing Instagram, which was my biggest social media that I would say, because I don't consider YouTube a social media because it's like work for me too. And then when I look, the type of content that I watch is very educational, very like even the other creators I subscribe to, Substance, I don't really see it as social media. I'm learning something, elevating myself or whatever. But Instagram, brain rotting for me. You can learn from it, depending on the algorithm, but everybody's trying to do everything to such a shortened time period. It's a lot of overstimulating, changing to go viral, you know. Content like this where I'm just sitting talking to you guys is more fitting for YouTube. Like, you don't need to, I don't know, cater to the attention span of people. There are a couple people in a lot of my videos that be like, can somebody summarize? Because I'm not sitting through all this, like, get the bullet points. I can already tell they're already so used to social media. They can't sit and just watch someone speak without clips, without this, without that. That's why they teach you in this world of creation, have a little background music, have colors, flash, examples, all of that to keep people interested. Because the average, attention span is so low. You have to fight for your life just to keep people engaged and not fall off. The algorithm supports your videos based off of how long you can keep people watching. So if people are not watching past a certain mark, like at least the first 5 minutes or whatever, that video is going to perform very poorly. And even if they watch the first 5 minutes, if they come back to it to finish, it helps. But if the person just watched the first 5 and they click off, you destroy the video. And a lot of creators, since this algorithm has been enacted, has suffered. And this is why platforms like TikTok, platforms like Instagram, they do shorter reels. And this is why YouTube also has YouTube Shorts, because of the attention span. And I say all this because that has a lot to do with the dopamine situation. People are not really watching long form content. If the person is live, they got to talk about a variety of different subjects. Nobody's going to sit through a live of a person just talking about one specific thing with just their faces like that. You got to show, like, no matter what creator you're watching these days, they use visuals, they use different clips, sound cuts, different angles on the camera. You get you from here, this. Me, I don't do all that. I use one angle. Hey, it's me right here talking to you, okay? But a lot of these people have to do different cuts and stuff because we're childish. We're a childish, dopamine addicted generation that really have a very slow attention span and don't have the patience to learn anything from anybody. It's very childish. We're very childish, okay? But you can also try activities that increase dopamine levels in a more healthy way, aka good dopamine or expensive dopamine, such as exercise, cooking your meals from scratch instead of ordering out. I've been doing that too. I've been learning new recipes. When I went to Paris, there was this, I kept eating Dover sole and butter. It's a fish. Oh my goodness, I'll put it up there for you guys. The taste has stayed in my mouth since Paris because I couldn't find nowhere here in Florida that sells the fish. Or you have to find someone that knows how to make it here, but it's not a restaurant. So during the 21-day fast, I was like, let me actually look up the recipe to see do it. They don't sell Dover sole like that casually around here. You have to fight for your life to find where they sell this type of fish. They don't have it at like Publix, your local Publix, okay? You gotta go to a real like fish market. You have to fight for your life to get it. So in getting it, it's a simple ingredient, 5, like less than 5, right? White pepper, black pepper. That's it. Some salt, butter, flour, parsley. That's it. Those are the ingredients you need to make this fish. And I finally made it. I know it sounds simple, but it's so delicious. I tried that recipe and I ate it. I tell you, I had such a dopamine hit from tasting my fish. I was like, wow. Because when I was cooking something new, I was trying something new, and I made it myself. It took time, labor of love, and I really enjoy it. So I understand from firsthand experience when they say cooking your meal from scratch instead of ordering it. Oh my goodness. If you like, a Chipotle wrap, then you can look at a recipe for that wrap. Like people will do like a recreate, whatever. Then you like a kava bowl or something. I love kava. I don't know if they have it where you guys are from, but it's like nicer version of Chipotle. I'd say that. So I like the bowls. I would learn how to recreate it. And it's exciting because it's like, oh my goodness, it hits different when you make it from scratch versus ordering it. It just hits different. It's fun. And if you follow a recipe to the T, you can't mess it up. So I've been into recipes. I never thought I would be a person that's into recipes because as a Haitian, we eyeball everything. We cook, right? And it's good. We know how to season and stuff like that. I know how to make my meals and from passed down or whatever. But to really see something, a lasagna, and I'm like, oh, this looks so good. What's the recipe? You see the recipe and can recreate it. It's amazing form of dopamine. I encourage you don't have to be a foodie or a chef type. You don't gotta like to be in the kitchen, but try it once. And when it turns out good, oh my goodness, you're going to be blown away. But follow the recipe to the T, not just what you think to make, but like how much of this to make. And, you can't mess it up that way. But it's very rewarding. So I just wanted to say that. And now I know a new recipe. I went to cook it for my friends. We had it with another recipe that I saw that I liked in Italy, which was a pasta made in olive oil, garlic, and chili peppers. Simple like that. Salt and parsley sprinkled on top, and then a little cheese, that you could put on top. We had that for our Sunday lunch. It was amazing. Just amazing. Like, I made the Dover sole for them, and my best friend's husband made the pasta. Got to recreate it exactly how it was in Italy. And I'm telling you, we sat there, all the kids just tearing it up. And it felt good because, on Sundays, we usually order in something, and it just felt good to do that. So really, exercising also, there's a thing called runner's high, because why? You get a high from running. Like, you never feel like exercising. You're never going to want to exercise or feel like it until you actually go and exercise, and you're like, you're done with it, and you feel great. You never regret. There's 3 things I never regret, even no matter how much I didn't want to do it at first. That's exercising. That's sleeping early. That's reading my Bible. Period. Like my time with God. 3 things I have never regretted after I've done. I've never. Okay. Next is setting goals and accomplishing them. Like I like to do to-do list. I have in my notes, like to-do list with the bubble, and then I'm done on my notes on my phone. And it feels good to, I'll do a detailed, wake up, pray, go brush your teeth, wash your face, make your bed, do your skincare for the morning, like your morning skincare, do your, situate your girly down there, wash up, you know what I mean? And then your little workout if you have to, or not, you go to work, then, have the workout in there, lunch, healthy lunch, this and that. Like you just mark everything off. It's a better dopamine that also leaves you productive. And I'll even include my relaxation time in there because relaxing is productive also. We're not hustling all the time. So I'll include my little breaks. Now, since my 21-day fast is done, I include like 30 minutes of social media a day. And I try to be realistic because I used to do the 10, 15 minute, and I was like, dang, it's not enough time to, really engage. Because I engage with a lot of people on social media too. I have a lot of friends that I made online through you guys. I was try to respond to messages and stuff and do a little scrolling to keep up with current events and stuff like that. So, because you learn a lot too on social media. Well, what's going on? What do the people think? And TikTok and stuff. So I give myself 30 minutes. And on the weekends where I'm like really not working as much or whatever, it's like I'll give myself an hour to splurge on social media. But I put a timer on literally, and I'm not going over that because I'm like, I'm not going to trade myself for this. And I have the time that I'm going to sleep. Hey, on this day, 12 is decent. But on this day, 10 p.m. clean. I'll adjust my sleep patterns based on what's going on. Because realistically, I can't stick to a strict bedtime schedule because of life and a lot of stuff. So meetings that I have with people, a whole bunch of stuff. My life is so busy. So I have to adjust my bedtime schedule according to those things, events that I'll do, whether my community, my church group. So I adjust that. And then learning a new language. Also, Duolingo is free and you can pay a little extra for the premium, whatever. But hey, it's fun every now and then. Learning a new word, especially when I was hardcore in learning Spanish, and I'll hear a word that I understand. Oh, my goodness, it's so rewarding to be able to understand when someone's speaking, even if you can't necessarily always speak back to them at the same fluidity, to be able to understand. And I went to Puerto Rico recently for my friend's birthday. We were all there, and it was great that many of us were preparing to go, polishing up our Spanish and learning. And to be able to understand, every time I'm going to travel somewhere, I try to learn a little bit of the language to understand something. Because you need to know the basics, the emergencies, where's the hospital, where's the police number, where's this? You need to understand the basics, like France, Italy, so many other places that I've gone. It's important to know a little bit of the language. It makes it a little bit easier to navigate and understand, right? But it also gives you a little dopamine hit to interact with locals in a way, or people, just environment. You will stumble upon, America's a melting pot, you will see different types of people everywhere, especially in Florida. When you're around the Disney area, there's a lot of tourists here, a lot of travelers. So I'll stumble upon all types of people, whether they're from Switzerland, Italy, France, Morocco, Colombia, wherever. You will go down to your grocery store or your local spot or this restaurant, you'll see a lot of foreigners. And it's cool to hear them speak, and you can interact with them with some of the languages. So do that. Also, reading a good book. Yes, finishing it or listening to it on Audible. Oh, you feel accomplished. Amazing. Journaling also. I never regret journaling. And then to be able to look back at your thoughts, where were you, your mind state. When I journal, I put the date, the time, the year, all of those things, the day. And it's like writing letters to your future self, just to see how your state of mind has changed, how you have evolved. It's beautiful to see. Also, long walks. Yeah, taking walks, whether it's on the treadmill, you're not going to regret it. Walks in your neighborhood, a massage. And if you don't have nobody give you a massage, give yourself a massage, or order the little massage things on Amazon. And then playing with a pet, playing with your children does the same thing. Getting hugs, being playful. It gives instant dopamine. You ever hold a baby and, for good-hearted people, you hold the baby and your whole heart just calms down and melt, and you're just, so cute, right? Babies are like dopamines. When they laugh, they giggle, they look into your eyes. They're little helpless bodies. So it's kind of like that with pets. When, that's why a lot of pets are emotional support pets, animals, because if you suffer with depression, just touching and purring calms you down. It gives you healthy dopamine. So don't underestimate that. Walking and sitting in nature is one of my favorites, by a lake, or if you're fortunate to stay in an area where if you open your window, you can see a lot of trees. Where I'm at, there's a lot of trees, a lot of deers and stuff. So bears too now. Florida be tripping with the bears. They be tripping with the bears. But nonetheless, I'm not going out there with the gators. Like I'm cautious. I'm not just walking out there with the gators, but it's nice to open your window and just look outside visually. It gives dopamine to be grateful for God, or sit on your patio, get the sun, soak it in. If you can sit outdoors, take some time to walk outdoors. It will help. Having great productive conversation with a good friend. Oh, it all sounds so cozy, but you've ever had such a cozy conversation with your friends? Gives a dopamine. You just catch up, going to brunch with your girls, talking about life. I love that. I'm a foodie and a bringer together. I love going on lunch dates with my favorite people, my peoples. I love it. I love it. Or dinner dates and stuff. So I love to do that. Of course, there are seasons of my life where you're really busy, you can't always do that. Then you can do it at home too. Like I love a solo date with myself cooking, or you just invite friends over. And if you can, like, get out, have a good conversation, or go to a friend's house, nice cup of hot chocolate, just be cozied on the couch with your fluffy blanket. Even now, I know I sound so zen, but I have my little fluffy blanket. Even when every time I'm filming for you guys, I have it on my lap with fluffy socks. I don't know if you can see these socks are heated, very fluffy. As I said, it's been very cold in Florida. And do I have the fireplace on the TV for you guys? I have a fireplace going and giving me heat in real life, like a real life fireplace. Just really cozy. When I'm done recording, I make it a thing, like turn all the lights really dim, take off my makeup, and just relax. Like, the dopamine hit to make it pleasurable to even want to record. If you're a content creator watching this, get cozy. Don't make it too much work. It helps. I've noticed a difference with this channel specifically. Mental Gems is my favorite over my documentary channel, although the documentary channel is obviously the much bigger channel. This channel is cozy to me because I've made it a dopamine hit, if that makes sense, where I actually look forward to the recording process. Yes, I always clean up the house real nice. I'm laying down comfy clothes, making sure I'm real comfy. It's a dopamine hit for me. It doesn't feel like work. It feels like a conversation with good friends, because I'm already thinking of, the regular people that I know comment, my regulars like Shang and 10 and all of the familiar faces, Nicole. So a lot of you guys, that regular commenters, I already can kind of see where they're, what they're going to say with this video, their commentary, and it feels like friends because I get to know you guys in the comments too as much as I can. So try to make work that way. You get dopamine hits from work too, especially if you work in corporate. When I worked at the financial firm that I worked, I made it my own. I made that office space my own, okay? I had candles, nice music playing in the background, my little space, like I have my little bowl of little candy things. You personalize it to try to make it as comfy and as dopamine as possible for you, but work don't have to feel great and work. Like whatever you can add. Music goes a long way. I love music in the background of everything I do. Everything I do, my life, I feel, is music. The soundtrack of my life is music, okay? So I have music playing everywhere. Do that in your workspace, in your home while you're cooking. It's something I got from my best friend. Whenever she cooks, she plays jazz music, classical jazz, and gets really into it. The house is so warm and cozy. I always look forward to going over her house. Like, I'm excited, right? Especially when she's cooking traditional Haitian foods and stuff. It's so cozy, smells good from, you parking your car, you can smell the food. But make things cozy for yourself, whether it's work, whether it's bath time with your children. I don't have kids, but when I look after my nephews and my nieces, one of the things that I do, if it's their bath time for them, I kind of train them to calm down with that. You have little music playing, when they're in the bathtub age or whatever. Put their little duckies and their little favorite, dim the lights, let them stay in there, enjoy yourself for some time, to where I notice with everyone else, they'll cry when it's bath time. I don't want to talk about when it's TT Kareen. They are like, yep. It's going to be a vibe because TT Kareen going to have the bubbles, like the little bubble bath situation set up. They're little duckies. And sometimes I'll have like the little table with the little, tablets sitting there playing their little shows with the lights, and then let them do their thing while you go and you do something, of course, if they're at an age to get in a bath. But I do that for myself as an adult, and I know how great I feel. I'm like, kids need to unwind too, especially if they go to school. They have a long day. Like, let them unwind. Or if they're not even at school age yet, but they're just, they've been home all day too, let them unwind just like we unwind. Everything don't have to be a fight. You can get your kids to obey you a lot more and get dressed quicker in the morning, or do this when you have little incentives for them that give them that dopamine in a healthy way, little reward systems in a healthy way for them where they feel like they've accomplished it, instead of you putting on their shoes. You're like, oh, you got this. You can do it yourself. And they're always ready to show you, look, I did it. I tied my shoe. Or look, I buttoned my shirt by myself, or this and that. Anyways, I'm rambling with that. But last, cleaning up your space and home is also a good dopamine hit. A smell, like if you've ever cleaned up your home real nice, mopped, put your Fabuloso on the floor and you mopped, you have your lavender scented wax to perfection, or your lemon scented. I love the smell of citronella. It reminds me of Laguna of Haiti. We had citronella everywhere. Oh, I just love that smell when I finish cleaning. Now, it's not for everybody. It's my favorite smell. But it has like a lemony, zesty smell with like a little bit of fresh linen. It's like mixing lemon with fresh linen. I love the smell. It's not, comment below if you love the smell of citronella. But I have my citronella scented everywhere. And once you're done taking that shower and you lay, it feels so great, right? You can't tell me once you're done taking a shower, you done shaved your legs, wash your face, put on your favorite perfume and all that, and you lay on a clean bed in a clean house, it don't feel good. It'll give you very good dopamine. And the last one is praying, okay? That is, you will never regret praying. You will always have the dopamine with that. That's self-explanatory. I mean, I talk about that all the time on this channel, so I'm not going to go too deep in that. But yes, if you want the biggest dopamine hit, get on your knees to pray. You don't even got to get on your knees. You can lay on your bed and get to praying. You really are going to feel amazing. But comment below any other dopamine tips for you that works for you, and how do you make your space more relaxed for you to be more productive, and what are some little things, rituals that you do to be more productive. And also comment below if you've ever been on a social media fast. How has that worked out for you? What did you learn from it? And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.